Hello and welcome to the Citi Newsroom. My name is Nanatufu Boateng.
And I am Inosafo. Coming up.
Black Stars of Ghana crash out of the 2022 World Cup in Qatar following a 2-0 defeat to Uruguay.
He's always talking. He's always talking. Why is he playing? Why is he doing like that? The foul is your foul. Someone wants to go and spell your own foul. Then you come and spoil everything for us.
22-year-old in the grips of police for beheading two people in Okrase in the eastern region.
When we came to our house, it was then we realized that they had killed the grandfather and the mother as well.
Farmers celebrated across the country at the 38th National Farmers Day celebration.
Value addition as a means of accelerating the development of agriculture is one of the logical strategies for ensuring food security, and rightly so.
Nurses at Menchia Government Hospital call off strike after two-day-old industrial action grinds activities at the hospital to a halt.
This is unfair to the people of Ghana. This is unfair to patients in here. This is unfair to the nurses. This is unfair to everyone. The point I'm making is this incident is not something to be dragged.
Going into the 2022 World Cup as the lowest ranked team, sitting at the 61st position on the FIFA World Rankings and presenting the youngest team at the World Cup in Qatar. The Black Stars of Ghana mounted a spirited performance in their opening group games, succumbing to a 3-2 defeat to Portugal and overcoming the South Koreans with a 3-2 victory. The dream of the Black Stars of qualifying to the round of 16 in the World Cup was crushed again at the hands of no other country than Uruguay. Citi Sports' Rita Mensah has a breakdown of the game between Ghana and Uruguay in this report.
The Black Stars have exited the 2022 World Cup at the group stage after suffering a 2-0 loss to Uruguay in their final Group H game. 2 goals from Georgian de Arrascaeta and an inspired performance from old enemy Luis Suarez saw Uruguay pick up the win but crash out after South Korea came from behind to beat Portugal 2-1. There was early penalty drama when Ghana striker Andrea Yu saw his spot kick saved by Sergio Rocher at 0-0. The penalty was awarded by the referee after reviewing the goalkeeper's foul on Mohamed Kudus on the pitch side monitor. The missed penalty seemed to have deflated the team as 2 quick goals from the South Americans wrapped up the game. Ghana came into this encounter with hopes of avenging the defeat from 2010 when Suarez handled the ball on the line and was sent off before wildly celebrating a Samoa Gyan's miss from the spot kick. Ghana lost the shootout, sending Uruguay to the semi-final, and a lot of drama followed Friday's encounter as well. Uruguay thought they were progressing to their last 16 at 2-0 up in the game. However, news of South Korea's comeback against Portugal spread like wildfire, and Suarez, who was subbed off on 65 minutes for Edinson Cavani, sat on the bench in disbelief as he was made aware of the final results in the other game. With their hopes of progressing in danger, Uruguay tried to get another goal to counter South Korea's win, but to no avail. The game ended 2-0 to Uruguay, but it was not enough to take them to the next round as Luis Suarez broke down in tears after full time. This marks their first exit from the group stages since 2002. For Ghana, this is their second exit from the group stages after they were eliminated in 2014, where they failed to win a single game. So what next for Ghana? Well, for starters, head coach Otowado, who had previously hinted he would not stay in post after the World Cup, has confirmed that he will step down to concentrate on his role with Borussia Dortmund as a talent scout. Addressing reporters after Ghana's exit was confirmed, Addo said, quote, "I said when I started as an assistant in October last year, it was clear that I would stop after the World Cup. At the moment, me and my family see our future in Germany. I like my role at Dortmund. We are very happy there. End quote. For the players, they will now have to shift focus to the 2023 AFCON qualifiers in March.
Let's now take you to Qatar, where Citi News' head of sports, Benjamin Nketiah, has some reactions after the game.
It has all come to an end here at the Al Janoub Stadium in Doha. Ghana's Black Stars required just a draw to be able to make it to the next round of the competition, but an early missed penalty and 2 goals from Aristayeta in the first half of the game ensured that Ghana's Black Stars lost the game by 2-0. Now in the second half, Otuado made several changes to try and inject some firepower into his team, but it did not yield any results. In the end, South Korea managed to beat Portugal and thus will be qualifying with the Portuguese to the next round of the competition. We spoke to some Ghanaian fans here who expressed their disappointment at the result. They think that the team has a bright future, but a shake-up is needed.
We had a penalty which, it was more easier to score than to throw away. They decided to throw the penalty away, and after that, we didn't play this. But the whole game was a 2-half game. The Uruguayans were better in the first half. We had a chance, their keeper was better on the day. We lost 2 chances, and they took their chances.
My only issue was the same mistakes we keep doing in the first match, second match. We did it again today. I'm gutted. I never saw it coming. I knew draw shouldn't be a problem for us. But I mean, at least in the second half, we saw some very good performances from Kamaldeen, Kudus, and Co. The future is bright. Let's move on. This is football. You win some, you draw some, you lose some.
I'm sad.
I mean, what would you attribute this defeat to? Who do you think is to blame for this defeat?
Who are you? Who again? Where are you? Poor quality. No. It's better than quality. Let's go for us so that we win. Poor quality.
From the Al Janoub Stadium here in Doha, Benjamin Nketiah reporting for Citi Sports.
We visited some centers where the game was shown, and we're bringing you the reactions of some of the youth who were at these centers. Expressions of grief on the faces of these young men at Nima as the referee finally blows his whistle to bring the game to an end. The Black Stars of Ghana crashing out of the 2022 FIFA World Cup at the group stage. Difficult, isn't it? Emotions rising. It looks like the gentlemen have so much to say. Chairman, talk to me. What do you make of that game?
Oh, well, it was okay, but very disappointing. But we tried our best, But next time, I would prefer if we do much better. You know what I mean? The only thing we need right now is togetherness. You know what I mean?
Ras, what do you think about the game? We got a penalty in the first half. We missed it. Uruguay paid us back hard by dropping 2 balls into our nets. Your observation, how are you feeling right now?
For me right now, what I'm feeling is the penalty. The person struggled to fight and get his own penalty. Why didn't they allow him to play his football? Yeah, that's what pissed me off.
Clearly, you are not happy with the results.
Clearly. Let me make a point. It's quite simple here. Kudus is the leading goal scorer in our team. If we qualify to the next stage, in order for him to be able to compete for the goal king race, he has to score goals. He struggled to get this penalty for us. Why didn't they allow him to play the penalty, for him to stand in a chance to compete for the goal king race? Secondly, what is stopping the coach from using the second lineup for the first half? Simple as that.
Calm down. Calm down before you get BP. Calm down, relax. It's a football game. We understand that emotions are high, tensions are high. But what do you think we could have done better?
As for me, see Baba Rahman is not supposed to play. See, look at our first match. You play Tawfiq Lamti. Why did you bring Baba Rahman? It's a useless Baba. You shouldn't bring Baba Rahman. The day you the foul, someone gets its foul. It's not for you. Why will you come and touch the ball and go and play? Are you the only one who can play the penalty for us? Look at how you are standing. Why this Dede and Jordan? Why are you disturbing us like that? Look at the coach. You this coach. Who did that? You are the coach. No one should do selection for you. You stand and you do your own selection. Why are you doing that? Look at what they are playing. Even Dede, he's always talking. He's always talking. Why is he playing? Why is he doing like that? The foul is your foul. Someone wants to go and spell your own foul. Then you come and spoil everything for us. Your money, you are not giving us money, oh. You are not giving us money. You small win, you win, and you why you want to spoil the blessing for us? Why? Look at what you play. Why? Dede and Baba Rahman and Jordan, they should get out from the team.
Dede, you know Kudus is the man of the moment. He's somebody that has got his own foul. What made this guy Ghanaians we want to kill ourselves?
Oh, calm down. No, it's just a football game. Relax.
It's the Black Stars for the youth brothers.
No, the Black Stars is for Ghana.
Oh, it's the Black their father. The whole Ghanaians, they use our taxpayers' money to pay them. Am I lying? And you want to kill us, so that who will pay the tax for you to go?
Why do they want to kill you?
My brother, I'm a young boy, but they want to give me BP, blood pressure. Now you alone know how I'm feeling. You don't even know how I'm feeling. Because they say few seat, no seat. And now, the way I'm feeling, only between me and my God.
Pele and family know say they spoil the holiday. Pele and family, we won't make them know they spoil the holiday for us.
Chale me to adwano e start ball no ase na ball ni si kwaso no. Mantima di adwano kura ma awie ye o. Se adwano na ekita me.
To yan say start ball.
Me to yan say na start ball no. Wow. Because say me di answer na start ball no.
See abende.
Se wa hwa me ya ne den. Wa be ne den.
Had Ghana won this game against Uruguay, the streets would have been flooded, especially the Oxford streets in Osu. There would have been so many revelers out here to make merry and, of course, to jubilate in celebration of a victory. However, that did not happen. Perhaps the most affected are the traders on the streets who deal in Black Star paraphernalia. These are dealers in the Ghana jerseys, right? So, I mean, since the beginning of the World Cup, how has business been for you?
Oh, it has been good. Formerly, they lost interest in following Ghana. But with the performance that they put up for the last match, then the market came up again. So we were expecting a win for today. But unfortunately, we lost. But we still have hope because African Cup is ahead of us. So we are coming to at least tally things up for the African Cup. That is it.
Which of the jerseys have they really been asking for?
Kudus. Mohammed Kudus. That is it.
We've made some money from...
Oh, we've made more money from Kudus. The name itself, just the name, is even inspirational to us. Because someone coming from way back from Nima to that place and pushing the image of Nima outside, we really like it. People are buying it. And then we are going to print more copies of Kudus.
Is there someone ordered for Kudus at what price?
800 cedis. Today, 800. I priced him, 800 cedis. He didn't even say anything. He said because of the work that he's doing, he will even buy it. And after we win this match, he will buy more than that. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. But we still free him. We still love him.
This time is going to be powerful. We have a solid team this time. And we believe in the Ghana Black Stars that we have future. And Kudus, the lion of Ghana Black Star, is forever and ever champion. Is more than ever. Trust me. Next time, Ghana is going to do the best.
In the Ashanti region, Citi News visited Sabon Zongo, the area where Black Stars defender Mohamed Salisu grew up, to gauge the mood of his family members and friends before, during, and after Ghana's game against Uruguay. There's more in the following report.
These are one of the most important bits in the game football. In the Black Stars, when you mention defenders, one name which comes to mind is Mohamed Salisu. Mohamed Salisu plays for Southampton in the United Kingdom and also for the Black Stars. Well, Salisu made his debut for Ghana on the 23rd of September 2022 against Brazil. Since making his debut, he's played 5 games for Ghana, scoring 2 goals. Despite being a defender, no player has scored more goals than Salisu for the Black Stars since he made his debut on the 23rd of September against Brazil. Well, today we are here in Sabon Zongo, the neighborhood where Mohamed Salisu grew up, and the house right behind me is the house where he grew up in. So we'll be engaging with a few of the relatives of Salisu and also some of the players he grew up playing football with. I have here with me the sister of Mohamed Salisu. So you are the older sister of Black Stars player Mohamed Salisu. Has he always wanted to be, a footballer from childhood?
Yes, he wanted to, because he was named after our uncle, who is a footballer. And I think everyone knows him because he played for Ghana too, which is Salisu. That is Kwame Nkrumah named him Salisu Save Ghana.
But being a sister of Mohamed Salisu, how has that benefited you? With your brother playing for the Black Stars. When you go anywhere, do people know, especially in this neighborhood, they know this is the sister of Salisu?
Well, this area, we are all like a family here. Yeah. So, not only me, all of us are really proud, very excited, very happy. I don't even know how to explain it.
We are here at another spot in Sabon Zongo, where the friends of Mohamed Salisu have gathered to watch the game and support the Black Stars. Unfortunately, we are in the second half and Ghana is still down by 2-0. So we are facing elimination. So the game has just ended between Ghana and Uruguay after full time. Well, unfortunately, Ghana lost by 2-0. Some people are happy. They think Ghana dragging Uruguay alongside them is a good thing. Others are sad that Ghana is out. Let's engage with a bit of the fans on how they feel after Ghana was eliminated from the World Cup.
It's quite disheartening, to have come this far and then be broken apart. I think this wasn't what we expected. That's too sad to hold up with.
We were expecting the boys to, qualify us to the next stage, but it's quite unfortunate. We couldn't play our game that we normally play. We played against Korea. We played very well, but this game, I don't know, And then the penalty, we couldn't take our chance, so it makes the boys go down.
I'm just disappointed because the day we just feel the spirit of the players, so I'm really disappointed. It's not easy.
How did you see Salisu play today?
Salisu, 100%, man of the match.
So I'm here with the coach of Barcelona Babes, that's in Sabon Zongo in Kumasi, the club where Mohamed Salisu played his junior football. How do you feel seeing a player who you coached playing at this high level in the World Cup?
I'm very, very excited to see Salisu Mohamed playing, at this World Cup. Very, very excited. And I'm very, very excited, yes. So I'm very, very happy about it. Yes.
Okay, and what will you say about how he played during the entire duration of the World Cup? Were you proud of it? Was this something that you taught him to do?
Ototo, he knows how Salisu is playing his football at Salamte. So no matter how that you just pick Salisu, you can do whatever that you are looking for.
Well, it wasn't a good day of football as Ghana has finally been evicted from the World Cup. But we heard from the people of Sabon Zongo, where Mohamed Salisu grew up. So proud of him to reach this level. Reporting for Citi News, my name is Dennis Kofi.
We'll now take you to the Fantasy Fun Park put up by the Ghana Football Association to gauge reactions from there after the loss to Uruguay.
One thing coming to the game, we thought the coach was going to bring the team we played against Korea into the game. But the game was good, but we didn't play as we wanted to.
Uruguay beat us, but we both didn't qualify. And the villain of 2010 is going out of competition with us. What do you make of that?
For me, I think they played well, so they should have gone through, but it's just unfortunate they were not able to go through. In football, like the first time, we got a penalty, we couldn't score. This time we also get a penalty, we didn't score. So it's not onto them, it's onto us.
Andrea, Ghanaians, we have to forgive the guy. You understand? He gave his whole out. He gave everything out. He played the game, but it's just that he missed it. The penalty, he missed it. And going forward, some of the players, a player like Baba Rahman, then Thomas Partey, he has to lift his game up because he's of age. You understand what I'm saying? But Baba Rahman today, he in fact, he gave all the balls, the area balls and others. He gave everything out. And we pray that he should improve. But going forward, I think with this squad, this current squad, we have a team.
Otuado had everything wrong. If you wanted to maintain the first half with a goalless draw, likewise to what you did against Portugal, you should have used your first selection against Portugal. Jordan Ayew should have been on the bench. Now you have the day Ayew is on the card. You will not go in for a difficult tackle. You have Salisu, the one who played the two. You will not go in for a difficult challenge because immediately they have been booked again. They will miss the next match. That will be a disadvantage to the players. Even on the field of play when you are being booked.
The penalty kick was very poor. So immediately the players lost some control. Psychological. It's psychology. So before they regain that control, we have already lost the goals. And it was so difficult for us to come back because tactically the Uruguayans were better than the Ghanaians.
This is still the Citi Newsroom on Citi TV. Still ahead, 22-year-old in the grips of police for beheading 2 people in Okrase in the eastern region. We'll bring you the details shortly. Do stay.
Creamy Plus is a fully skimmed evaporated milk. Creamy Plus is available in a shop near you.
This message has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Oh. Voila.
Qatar GoTV Kaweniso. Enjoy all 64 games live on GoTV. Get your Go Coder and Plus at 89 Ghana Cedis. GoTV, love it.
What do you get when you mix the best DJs in the country, the most amazing live band sets, delicious cocktails, and wonderful food? Back-to-back hit music from Ghana's finest group, Prayer, and being serenaded by the brilliantly talented Akwabua. The biggest outdoor party, of course. Situation 2022. Are you ready to party? We are changing the situation on December 24, 2022 with the biggest outdoor party in Accra. The Situation Outdoor Party 2022. Let's wrap up the year in style with the most epic party to end all parties this Christmas Eve with Situation. Make your Christmas Eve come alive with the most incredible DJs who will keep you dancing all night long. Amazing live band sets and the crooner Akwabua. It is the perfect ingredient for the best party this festive season. Ain't no party like a city party because a city party don't stop. This will be another one to remember. Date Saturday 24th December 2022. Venue La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, Accra. Time 8 p.m. Dress code, it's an all-white affair. For table booking, call 020-5973-973 or 055-8973-973. Book your table and make reservations now. Media partners, Ghana Weekend and Citi FM. This is powered by Citi TV. This is a Beyond the Return event.
43-year-old Nanaya Sapon Srebwo has been adjudged the overall national best farmer at the 38th National Best Farmer celebrations in Koforidua in the Eastern region. We'll bring you that report and take you to the Western and Ashanti regions to observe the celebration there as well.
Coincidentally, the first ever National Farmers Day celebration was held some 38 years ago at Osino, in the Fantiakwa sub-district of the Eastern region. Today, farmers in the region were elated to host the 38th edition of the celebration. President Akufo-Addo in his speech called for collective responsibility of all Ghanaians to finally bring an end to the devastating canker of galamsey in the sector. Nana Addo indicated the importance of halting the devastation to help preserve the country's legacy in the cocoa sector.
I find the theme for this year's Farmers' Day celebration, accelerating agricultural development through value addition, most appropriate and timely. Value addition as a means of accelerating the development of agriculture is one of the logical strategies for ensuring food security, and rightly so. I say this because of the perennial problem of post-harvest losses experienced in most countries, including Ghana. Since 2017, strategic interventions in the agriculture sector have emphasized value addition through the implementation of the One District, One Factory flagship program by government. It is instructive to note that 172 of the 296 factories to be established under the program are agro-based, processing the rapidly increasing farm output of our farmers.
The 2022 overall National Best Farmer, Nanaya Sapon, who is married and blessed with 4 children, has over 900 acres of palm oil plantation, 65 acres of cocoa plantation, 36 acres of cowpea, 37 acres of cassava plantation, several cattle, sheep and goats. He walked home with 1 million Ghana cedis sponsored by ADB Bank. Nanaya Sapon Srebwo in his speech touched on the need to rally the youth in the country to venture into agric with new technologies as the country seeks to attain food security.
Value addition requires a huge youthful workforce. A huge youthful workforce. Mr. President, agriculture has been a priority on your list since you ascended the throne. And you have instituted a lot of measures that is promoting agriculture and motivating the youth into agriculture. Especially the Youth in Agriculture program that has seen an exponential increase in the youth participation in agriculture.
As Ghana continues to face challenges regarding unemployment, which have been compounded by the current harsh economic situation, stakeholders believe stringent measures must be put in place to help turn the tide. It is in this view that the Ashanti Regional Minister, Simon Osei-Mensah, has urged the President to charge all government appointees to venture into agriculture to encourage more youth in the agric sector.
The youth are now drifting away from the rural areas to the urban areas in search of non-existent jobs. So I urge on behalf of the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and on my own behalf, to call on all government appointees and top politicians to venture into the agricultural sector, to encourage the youth to also take up agriculture, which they see as business for the old people and also non-educated people. This is a very wrong perception, and we have to get rid of this perception.
The minister spoke at the 38th Ashanti Regional Farmers' Day celebration in Kumasi. Expressing his excitement at the event, Nana Kwadwo Poku Bonsu, a 49-year-old custom officer who doubles as a farmer and was adjudged the Ashanti region's best farmer for 2022, also urged the youth to get involved in agriculture.
I've worked very hard. Apparently, I wanted to really vie for the national, but I was encouraged that let's prepare me very well so that maybe a year or two I can go for the national. But for now, I'm really happy for the opportunity, and especially with my workers as a regional best farmer. I wish to encourage the youth that we shouldn't spend our precious time doing unnecessary things, that as youth we should use our youthful energy to venture into agriculture so that we can really produce for the country.
The region's best fish farmer, Kwabena Amofa, called on the government to pay attention to fish farming since the sector is filled with enormous employment opportunities for the youth. Now, the Ashanti regional version of the 38th Farmers' Day celebration has ended, with various stakeholders calling on the youth to get involved in farming and to help reduce the unemployment situation in the country. For Citi News, Fati Aminu Ibrahim, Jubilee Park, Kumasi.
The Sekeni Takoradi Metropolitan Assembly has embarked on urban agriculture modernization farm to promote urban agriculture, food security and food safety.
Through the Twin Cities Sustainable Partnership Project funded by the European Union, this very demonstration farm site is actually having no less than 8 crops and some animals who are also being reared here at the animal husbandry session. And through this very demonstration site, residents of Sekeni Takoradi are being encouraged to actually take to urban farming.
We want to promote urban agriculture, and for us to do this, the project has established a demonstration farm, and the demonstration farm is in twofold. We have the greenhouse technology, then the open farm technology.
The manager of the farm tells me how the farm is teaching people to use simple farming technique to plant and rear animals on small space.
What we do here is to educate people inside the Metropolitan Assembly on agriculture or urban ways of farming, trying to encourage them that you don't need an amount of a large space to do farming. So when you come here, we have things planted in sacks, things planted in polythene bags, and things planted in buckets of 10 liters.
These students you see over here are students from the Agricultural Department of the University of Cape Coast, and we just want to find out from them what has been the impact going through the planting.
When I came here, I was not having the experience to have a demonstration on how we harvest and how we differentiate between self-pollination plants and cross-pollination plants.
I've learned a lot. I've learned that you can even cultivate cucumber in a bucket. Unlike what we know, we plant it direct to the soil on the ground, and then other vegetables.
2 months now into planting since we started. So this 40 group that has been taken through series of training within the greenhouse have so far gone through 3 separate trainings. One in September, one in October, one in November. In December, they will do the next set of training under the greenhouse.
The farmers are actually harvesting, and a look at it actually tells you that the cucumber over here, planted here at the demonstration farm, is very much ready for the market, and we would actually be following them to the market to see how it is received there.
The freshness of the produce didn't take long to attract the attention of market patrons. Madam Cynthia Safo, after buying some, gave her impression. After 3 months since the STMA's Urban Agriculture Demonstration Farm, the planning officer of the assembly tells me the success story of impact.
One very high class person in the society, which I will not mention the name. She has started in her own backyard. He's a judge, and when he saw what we have done, he said, "No, I want to have it in my own backyard.
The Sekendi Takrade Metropolitan Assembly's Twin Cities and Sustainable Partnership project funded by the European Union is not a fluke, but a reality what is actually bringing results, and for that matter, encouraging residents here to actually take to urban farming at their backyard. For Citi News, I'm Akwesi Jenim, Sekendi.
22-year-old Alex Tenge is in the grips of the police in Koforidua after beheading his grandfather and stepmother at Okrasi, a community in the Abuakwa North municipality close to Koforidua in the Eastern Regional Capital. It is unclear what triggered his actions, but Alex Tenge, who is not known to be having any mental health issues, confessed to the police, indicating that he was allegedly introduced to weed toffee prior to this unfortunate incident. There's more in the following report. 22-year-old Alex Tenge is in the grips of the police in Koforidua after beheading his grandfather and stepmother at Okrasi, a community in the Abuakwa North municipality close to Koforidua in the Eastern Regional Capital. It is unclear what triggered his actions, but Alex Tenge, who is not known to be having any mental health issues, confessed to the police, indicating that he was allegedly introduced to weed toffee prior to this unfortunate incident. There's more in the following report.
According to eyewitnesses, 22-year-old Alex Tenge was seen strangling a young lady with his bare hands around 9 p.m. on Thursday, few meters close to her home. The father of the young lady, Kofi Amponsan, who heard the screams of her daughter, hurriedly came to her rescue and caused her to lodge a complaint with the police. Alex Tenge, upon fleeing from the scene, moved to his own home in the absence of his father, attacked his old grandfather and beheaded him in bed. He later chased his stepmother, who was coming to the rescue of the old man, and subsequently butchered her to death in the next house where she was running to seek shelter. When Citi News got to the family house, neighbors in the area had gathered grieving the unfortunate incident. Ejakojiopon, a family friend, narrated what transpired.
We heard a loud noise. So we rushed to the scene. When we got to the scene, we saw Alex hanging on her, and he wanted to kill her. So we tried our best before we can separate them. Those around wanted to beat him, so I told them they shouldn't touch him. They should leave him. When we came to our house, it was there we realized that they had killed the grandfather and the mother as well. So this is what I know about the incident that happened yesterday night.
Are you terrified by this incident? And
very, very terrified. Why? Because my daughter had just left. Just a microsecond. Then I heard a loud voice calling for help.
A neighbor, Madam Comfort Ofori, narrowly escaped death after refusing to open the door to Alex when she heard screams of the old man shouting for help.
Many chances is I got them, and I'm missing me call them. They said I'm not brand before me post to meet me brand no come. I'm gonna make the video. It's not me so damn one. Me say. This is the because of what to get here. No,
Opeyi Kojua Champong lives next door. He also ran for his life after he was chased with the machete, which was used to kill the old man. The residents are, however, terrified and want police to intensify its visibility day and night in the communities to avoid occurrences like this.
Residents of Okrasi are terrified after last night's bizarre incident here. Now they are worried about the state of security in the community and are calling on the Inspector General of Police and other relevant security agencies to intervene to ensure there's visibility in their community. For Citi News, Neonia Mate Kanako, Okrasi.
You're still watching the Citi Newsroom on Citi TV. Still ahead, nurses at the Menchia Government Hospital call off their strike after their 2-day-old industrial action ground activities at the hospital to a halt.
Finally, anyone can become a household.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You Go Flip, a real estate gaming platform that allows you to play and stand a chance of winning a house or cash or consolidated values, such as savings towards a house. Simple and easy to play. Visit www.yougoflip.com. Buy a ticket to enter the game. Wait for the end of the game to enjoy the win. Anyone can win. Flip it or own it. You Go Flip. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Play responsibly, not for persons below 18 years, and gaming can be addictive.
Aside raising funding and be a unicorn, the main goal is to impact life, to enrich minds, to know that the African youth is capable of changing the narrative, taking charge of their lives, whether it's running a business or working for a company.
I fell in love with the opportunity to work with young people and channel their energy to nation building.
It's my job, once you join the team, to figure out how best you can use the strengths and even the weaknesses you have to advance the cause to prosperity for 1 billion people.
The generation before us helped us, and then we helped the next generation.
Well, our struggles may be singular, but our destinies are shared.
Citi TV is live. On DSTV, go to channel 363. On GoTV, access Citi TV on channel 182. On a digital TV, please press the menu button on the remote control and run a new search on your TV. Take note that without an antenna, you cannot access Citi TV on your television. Citi TV can be accessed on a free-to-air digital box like the GoTV and StarTimes box. Citi TV, it's your world.
Nurses at the Menchia Government Hospital in the Ashanti region have called off their strike after demanding the removal of the Ashanti region NSS boss. Prior to this, healthcare delivery at the Menchia District Hospital in Kumasi on Friday was brought to its knees following that action. Patients on admission who were in critical condition were referred to other facilities, while those nearing recovery were discharged to continue their treatment at home. There's more in the following report by Citi News' Bureau Chief for the Middle Belt, Edward Opong-Mafo.
A strike by the nurses and midwives at the Menchia District Hospital here has started biting hard. In fact, those who are on admission have been asked to go to some other facilities as they are being transferred. And for those who were nearing recovery, they have been discharged. But some family members and some of these patients are not happy with the current situation.
There's my grandmom. We brought her here for a surgery. She was amputated, and then we took her home. There was an infection, so we have to bring her back. And then yesterday we were told there will be a strike today, so today we should come and take her to a nearby private hospital, and I don't know what to say again. But then this is not fair because she needs to get the right treatment from here. It's a government hospital. But then if one situation can cause this huge upset, I think the authorities have to do something about it. This thing should be resolved within a blink of an eye. How can a mere kind of argument or misunderstanding cause this?
Miankasa mebra we yenedimba awmacheno bese 5:30 na betina hasa ya kasa sa omusi omontime hwe biom this strike no de omo pe no aban etimi edima omo ansana omotimi ababe ejuma no sa aban antimi ambeye sa eno afa maidia omo de omontime be ejuma no obi abeko fie enti efiti awmache no ono soso moti wokora na ade no soso ha no enti atena obese 5:30 up to now ko 10 yenya hu doctor bia wa ha
wo ho ana minai ekikame men kika ho ana ho yo kokokokoko ayekuru na me hospital bia me ko me niska bia me di beye eduro nso me ko to pani yin agro na sama me was say Mr. the government say Mr. no mention hospital die ade o mo pe bia wanya ma wo mo.
Patients who are not under admission but were seeking to have some other services here have also been turned away.
Operation mo se na embe me ekuru de baya o mo so ma kwasra ko bi enu ho nti so ma mba so ayembo eni bebi afa be kokko me ekuru no enti na eso yetete ha operation so wa me so ade ha obeba yes sira mo mbra mmebo ya na yesa emwa
ye betina ha no nanka nurses no mo a anka obehwe mena na amame sisi obi eni ho esi enim se de esi be no enso miti ho no mo udu kofi a obe ne de untimi mbieso.
The doctors here have been telling us as to why they had to resort to referring patients or discharging some of them.
As it stands now, we are referring those who are not fit, who don't need to be discharged. And we are discharging those who are fine and can go home and continue their medications at home. But those who are not really well, we have to refer to a different facility so that they can go and continue their care over there. Some of them don't even want to go to the facility we are referring them to because they feel like they will go and die, especially when you mention cat. The people think when they go there, they will go and die. Yeah, and also it's a mixed feeling.
The leadership of the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association is saying that based on some engagements that they have had with stakeholders, they have asked the nurses and midwives in this facility to resume work on Saturday, 3rd December 2022.
Since we declared a strike, and especially this morning when the strike started, there was a lot of stakeholder consultations. A lot of the stakeholders came to us, the Ministry of Health, the Ghana Health Service, and some other stakeholders in health, and also considering the appeals, several appeals from the clients, our patients, and the people of Ghana, we decided to end the strike. And so the nurses and midwives at Menchia District Hospital will be returning to work tomorrow from 8 a.m.
The nurses and midwives have given government and other stakeholders up to 16th of December 2022 to ensure this matter is fully resolved. For Citi News, I'm Edward Upon Marfo, Menchia District Hospital, Kumasi.
A combined team of police and fire personnel prevented a disaster following an accident involving a fuel tanker and a Kia truck at a police barrier at Lepusi in the Nanumba North municipality of the Northern region. The following report has more.
The fuel tanker is reported to have lost control and hit a Kia truck and the police barrier at Lepusi in the Nanumba North municipality. The incident, according to the police, might be attributed to overspeeding on the part of the fuel tanker driver, thus causing him to lose control upon approaching the barrier. At the time, there was a Kia truck carrying bottles which had been stopped by the police for a snap inspection at the barrier. The driver of the Kia truck, upon realizing that the tanker driver was heading towards it, tried to swerve but without success. Citi News caught up with the driver of the tanker. He tells Citi News that his brakes failed him in the heat of the moment.
This guy was coming. Okay. Before I realized that he has already entered the police barrier side. So I applied the brake failing. So I tried to dodge him, then the car turned me the further.
Why were you speeding?
Well, you know, that place is like floating place.
So you were moving fast.
Yeah, I was moving fast.
You didn't know that there is a barrier there.
No, the time I realized that there is a barrier there, I was already closer to them.
Have you used the road before?
I used it before, like
Some witnesses also spoke to Citi News.
All of a sudden, a tanker was coming and said they failed brake. So the car tried to dodge and the tanker hit at the back. And also fell alongside of the road. And actually, the way the bottles and then the fuel were flowing here, we ourselves, myself together with the police, tried to prevent people from getting closer.
Meanwhile, residents, instead of running for their lives because the tanker could explode, rather were seen busy scooping fuel into gallons. It took the police a hell of time to drive the people away. Some residents blame the police at the barrier for unnecessary delays of cars at the barrier. They say the police usually will not let the cars park well for their inspection. Some of them have been speaking to Citi News.
It's from the police. Sometimes when they are swapping cars, do not let the car should go distant. Don't let the car nearby the barrier. And the car will not go. If the driver is from distance coming, the driver don't know that there is some barrier there. And that caused the accident this today now. Okay.
Residents, as you can see, instead of them running for their lives, they are rather scooping fuel from the car and some on the floor. For Citi News, I am Mohammed Aminu M. Alabira.
The Member of Parliament for Akwetia, Henry Boachi Yadom, says the government's freeze on public sector employment poses a security threat to the country. The Finance Minister, Ken Oforiatta, in his 2023 budget presentation, announced a freeze on civil and public service hirings effective next year as part of government's expenditure rationalization measures. There's more in this report.
The Finance Minister, Ken Oforiatta, in his 2023 budget presentation on Thursday, November 24, 2022, announced a freeze on civil and public service hirings in the ensuing year as part of government's revenue rationalization measures. Reacting to the policy, the Member of Parliament for Akwetia in the Eastern Region, Henry Boachi Yadom, says the move would pose as a national security threat.
Looking at the unemployment rate, now if you look at even the public sector, Ghana population is close to 32 million. And then by looking at figures that was mentioned in the public sector, it's less than 1 million. So 700 to 800,000 people, which is very low. And again, government is not going to employ public sector employees. So that's another challenge in the sense that if those are not employed, what do we expect them to do? Is give a sense of security danger as well as a country. You know, if someone is not working, you might also think what the person will be thinking to do next. You have to engage him one way or the other. Otherwise, I would say we'll be expecting a high robbery cases in some of the regions as compared to even not implement the policies in the 2023 budget as compared to 2022, the challenges that we are facing as a country.
On his part, the Member of Parliament for Gombwa West, Richard John Mensah, says the increase in value-added tax by 2.5% depicts government's failure in alleviating the plight of Ghanaians.
To me, it seems to me it is presented just to meet constitutional imperative, but does not seek to address the urgent needs of Ghanaians now. In the budget, we see that where we expect government to come in to help the ordinary Ghanaians, especially when it comes to general prices of goods, we don't see that. We rather, government is introducing new taxes, especially with the 2.5% VAT. There's one thing clearly that we have, I want to point out to Ghanaians. When it comes to the VAT, it has some cascading effects, especially with the National Health Insurance Levy, the GET Fund, and then the COVID-19 levy. These taxes are not are allowed to be imputed. So right from the importer to the wholesaler to the retailer, these taxes or levies are all charged at each level. Now, there's an introduction of an additional 2.5 on VAT. And when you look at the effective rate, it actually sends our tax or VAT on goods and services to almost 22%. And this, at this critical moment, I think that even though we are in a dire situation, I don't think government should look at imposing so much pressure on us, because he seeks to redeem us. And redeeming us doesn't mean that, or to redeem the economy doesn't mean that the people who you are doing this for, you should be killing them. If you look at the budget, I am a bit disappointed because in my constituency, I virtually see nothing happening or any hope from this budget. But the Manford site had been mentioned, and almost about 98% completion. I can say that I have been to sites that some of the work, you can see that the work is being done, even though there are a lot of complaints from the people, because how they expect the project to be, what they were expecting to gain from the project, that is not what they are realizing, because as it stands now, boats cannot even berth at the landing site.
That's it for the Citi Newsroom on Citi TV. My name is Nanatufo Boateng.
And my name is Eno Safo. Many thanks for watching.
It's another exciting edition of Sister Sister, and we're live on Citi TV and as well live on Citi FM, welcoming all our listeners across both radio and television. And it's going to be a very exciting one. We're live from Live Made Furniture, and saying a very big thank you to our proud sponsors for today's episode of Ghana AIDS Commission's Red Ribbon Campaign, and as well Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. We're very thankful for your partnership, and today is going to be a very exciting one. Basically, what Sister Sister is, in case you do not know, and I find it hard to believe you don't, but we are the show where you can send in whatever it is that bothers you, be it the issues that you cannot deal with, be it the issues that are eating you up. We invite you to send in your comments, your stories to us, and me and my incredible dynamic group of ladies, we call us a sisterhood. My sisters and I will go through it and give you the advice you need to solve whatever it is that may ail you. So do not go anywhere. Over the next hour, we'll be talking some very exciting conversations, and I entreat you to stay with us. Welcome to Sister Sister. You're tuned in to Sister Sister right here on Citi TV and live on Citi FM. We are coming to you live from Live Made Furniture, located in the North Industrial Area. And of course, a very big thank you to our proud sponsors, Ghana